Hello again, everyone, and welcome again to the back garden yard. And this is part 2 of the harvest success video, where I go out and I'm picking many different things from the garden. So if you enjoy this, look at part 1. I'm going to link this in the description, of course. And I really think you're going to be glad to see that all the hard work that I've put in here is now paying off with a good harvest. Enjoy the video. So here is the Korean corn, and as I've said before in videos, this is a lot like Indian corn is what we used to call it. So anyway, it doesn't grow as big. As you can see, here's the Silver Queen corn, and you can see how tall that is. Then over here is the Korean corn, but my wife loves this stuff, so I grow it for her. And once again, it's going to be a little more mature than the Silver Queen was. And let me pick a couple of ears, and we'll open it up and we'll see what we got. So here's the Korean corn. And as you can see, it's got a completely different shape, color. Pop off that little end. But anyway, here's the Korean corn, and we can compare it to the Silver Queen corn. But once again, this is very filled out. I went through, of course, and hand pollinated this one too when it was silking out. And that's enough for the corn. You have to pick it all within about a week or to get too mature. And let's go on and pick some lima beans. So I did a video earlier on how you can look through the shells of the lima beans and see if they're mature and ready to pick. Well, as you see, I came out here now today, and you can look into these and you can see that they're ready to pick. There you go. So what you want to do is, when you see a group like this, is hold one kind of up to the sun and see if it's ready, and usually the whole group is ready. So now we're going to pick the lima beans. And as we can see, these plants are loaded with lima beans. And I'll be back in just a minute to show you what we got. So as we can see, this one is totally ready to pick. So let's pick it. Let's take a look inside. Oh yeah, that's what we're picking right here. So if you look at these, you can see this one is not ready to pick. Maybe I picked it accidentally. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's not ready to pick. This one, yes, it's full. Let's open it up and take a look. And that's what we're picking right there, guys. One more. There you go. Lima beans are going to be fresh. I've gotten this many off of 4 plants. I'm going to stop with that right now. We'll come back out later today and pick the rest of them. This right here will make a nice mess for me and my wife, and we'll have them for dinner tonight because I love these lima beans. As you can see, they are basically the bug and the disease free. They're just loaded, and you can see there's still more blooms coming right here, all the way around, all the way across the top. You can see all these blooms. And so the answer is they will continue to produce until frost if we keep them picked. And I will keep them picked. Okay, let's go on to the green beans. Now, I've shown these green beans many times. I showed how I tied them up so they wouldn't fall over and keep producing, and how I'm clean picking them to keep them producing. So here we go, we're going down in there. This is the 6th picking of these green beans, and I'm not going to sit here and pick the whole row, but I just wanted everyone to see that there's still green beans down there. They are still blooming. At this point, they probably need a little fertilizer to produce another crop, so I will fertilize them. And so that's the way you keep these green beans producing until the bugs finally take over, chew up all the leaves. But right now I don't see hardly any bugs, and the green beans are just doing fine, still making lots of green beans for me and my family and my neighbors. But there's going to be less this time. I think it's time to fertilize them. But as you can see, they're still putting on another crop. But that's enough about these green beans. Let's look at these pole beans. I've been showing these pole beans, and this was just a fence with a few vines going up at one time. And now you can see it's just a mass of vines and beans. And so we're going to look in here, and here we go. Here's the pole bean, ready to pick. These are the flat beans. And here we go. So we're looking in here. Here's another. Usually one side of the fence has more than the other for some reason. So let's go around and look at the other side and see if there's more than this side. Yeah, here they are. These are Kentucky Wonder pole beans, one of my favorites. They do have a few more strings than those bush beans, but once again, when you break them, you just snap the strings out. And when you clean pick them, you want to go up and down, looking for the blooms that came out lower. Here's a few that are not mature. We'll leave those. Just starting to get these pole beans. It is funny how one side of the fence produces more than the other, but that's what happens. And so I will quit picking these in front of the camera right now, and later on I'll show you what all we got. So many of you will remember when I covered up the base of these two zucchini plants. I made a video on how to do that, and you know, what will happen is the roots that come out of there will keep the plant alive and growing, and that's exactly what's happened here. Now these leaves here are still not necessary on the back. This particular zucchini failed. That leave's no good. So we're pulling these leaves, and I had already harvested one zucchini off of this plant, and now it has bloomed and it's made another one. and I'm gonna go in and cut that off because I do not want to pull it off. And there you go, very nice, delicious bonus zucchini there from a plant that was about to die. So what I'll end up doing is cutting these leaves off, which I just did, and I will cover this on up with some more soil, and I'll see if I can continue to get these little zucchini here to plant and bear. Plant's kind of reaching the end of its lifespan, but you can see new fresh growth is coming out, so we'll continue as long as it is with this plant. And same over here, this plant was in much worse shape, and let's see if it's it has not bared anything yet. I still see little baby zucchini on it though, so we're not giving up on it yet. I'm gonna cut a few of these leaves off while I'm here. I'll get these in my bucket here shortly. And what I'll do is I'll move the straw mulch. The vine has really grown, it just hasn't produced a zucchini yet. But the leaves that are coming out are looking very nice again, so it's still got a chance. I'll move these weeds out of the way, let it run down that way, and it still may make a bonus zucchini. Okay, and then we'll come over here, look for squash. Now the squash won't root as well as the zucchini will, but I do need to get all these leaves out so the blight don't get it. I see a nice squash here, and I'm gonna throw that in the bucket, and it's got a little slug on it, which I'll knock off. And that's the only one I've got these 3 plants right now. I've been picking these so I'll throw it in the bucket, and let's go look at the tomatoes and cucumbers. Okay, so here we are at the tomato garden. Let's see what we got here. Oh, something has been chewing on this tomato. I don't think nope, it's not savable. And that is why I like to pick them before they get this color. But I didn't get this one, so we'll throw it down. We'll get it in the bucket. You don't want to throw them down where the bugs are close to your crop, or you'll get a lot more like that. So let's go on in here and see what else is going on. This one's nice. Into the bucket. This one starting to turn, but as I have shown in the house, it will go ahead and turn and be completely ripe and good. I'm gonna go ahead and get it since there's something chewing on them down there. Let's see about this one. Very nice, very nice. That one's a vine ripe, ready to eat right now. Let's come on into here. Oh yeah, looks like there's some little problem up top there, but I'll go ahead and get this one eaten. And I see some more down there that I'm gonna have to try to get in a minute, but I won't do them on this video because I'm gonna have to finagle them. And let's take a look at this one, since it's up here where the sun can hit it. Yeah, it's ripe enough. We'll let it ripen, finish ripening in the house. And let's go over here. I'm trying to get the ones that are the reddest. Oh, that's a beauty. A day or two in there and it's going to be totally ripe. And I'll get one more. And there we go, folks. The tomato harvest is on. I've already got a bunch in the house that I'm going to show you in a minute. So here's the tomato harvest, the remainder of the tomato harvest from when I came back from vacation. And they've been sitting here where they get a little sun at room temperature for the last 3 days. So If you see, that is a perfect tomato now, ready for slicing, just full of flavor. This one's still got a little more to go, but it's definitely an eater. This one is perfect and ready to slice and put on a bread for a BLT. These smaller ones are the early girls, and they are smaller, but as you can see, they're fine. So that is why I go ahead and pick my tomatoes. I pick my tomatoes before they turn completely this color on the vine, because they attract all the rats and mice that might be running around through the backyard. They also, chipmunks love to take a bite, and squirrels will just come in and go, oh, that's red and pretty, let's take a bite. So anyway, back to the garden. Okay folks, this is today's total harvest. We're starting here. These are the bush beans, 6th picking. These are the pole beans, first big picking. These are lima beans, first big picking. This is zucchini, squash. These are Korean sweet peppers, And these of course are bell peppers. These of course are tomatoes. We've got Asian eggplants. We've got red stem okra. We have silver queen corn. We've got Korean corn. And I believe that's it for the harvest today, folks. It's been quite a harvest. The garden is doing well, and it's at full production mode. If you enjoy video content like this, please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.